Here I've prepared a presentation on storytelling. So, the first question that comes to mind is, what is storytelling? Well, storytelling is an interactive art of using words and actions that disclose the elements of a story while motivating the listener's imagination. Storytelling is a useful tool that we use to disclose and motivate a student's learning. Now, the purpose of practicing storytelling. The purpose of practicing storytelling, I have put up in three to 4 points. The first point is communication, the technique to convey information that may be fictional or factual. Fictional is something that's made up, and factual that's something that can be proven. Second point is narrative, to generate feelings and emotions. Storytelling can be useful to generate feelings and emotions in the listeners. The third point is knowledge. Now, to enlighten or add to someone's knowledge about a specific topic. Storytelling can be used to enlighten people or educate them about a specific topic. The fourth point is performance, to draw attention or to be a focal point. That storytelling can be used to draw attention towards yourself and to be the focal point or the center of attention regarding a certain topic. Then what comes to mind is, why is storytelling important? The importance of storytelling. It is an essential part of human nature. When it is used in a persistent way, it is considered to be an effective leadership strategy. It can be it can be a useful tool to transmit organizational knowledge to people. It is also helping us to ease collaboration between and energize one's creativity. Storytelling can be important to initiate leadership strategies. It can help you transmit knowledge, like I previously said, and it also helps in the collaboration and to energize one's creativity. In this slide, we are going to discuss the effects that storytelling has on our brain. Now, there are many ways that the art of storytelling affects the brain, but I've listed down 4 points. The first one is neural coupling, a process that helps the listener turn a story into their own ideas and experiences. This is a way that a student or the listener can make the story its own. They can relate it to their own experiences, and they are going to enjoy the story much better that way. Then, number two is mirroring. The listeners will all experience the same brain activity along with the speaker. The speaker and the listeners both are going to experience the same kind of brain activity while they are listening or telling the story. Number four is dopamine. Dopamine is actually a hormone that a brain releases, and it makes remembering the event much more easier. So when you're telling the story, dopamine is released in the brain, and it makes the student or the listener understand and remember the story with much accuracy. Then number four, we have cortex activity. Cortex is a part of our brain. A well-told story can engage many areas of the brain like the motor cortex, sensory cortex, and the frontal cortex. So the brain, when you're telling the story, the brain activates all of these different parts of the brain, and that's why the storytelling can be more effective. Next slide is that why storytelling is important in a classroom. We've discussed that storytelling is important generally, but why is it especially important while you're in a classroom? So, the importance of storytelling in a classroom. As there are various kinds of students in a classroom, it can be difficult for a teacher to accommodate to everyone accordingly. But storytelling is a tool that can be useful source of knowledge for everyone. The visual learners will cherish the mental pictures. The auditory listeners will have much fun with the words, and the kinetic listeners will relate to the emotions attached to the story. So, storytelling caters to all kinds of children, and it will also be helpful to them in various ways. Now, key points of telling a story effectively. So, number one is get personal. Include experiences, emotions, and transparency in the story. You can get personal while telling a story. It doesn't have to be something that you're reading from a book. You can just tell something that can be relatable to your listeners, which can be an effective part of telling a story. Then the second is build valuable skills. Help build interpersonal communication skills in children through storytelling. Storytelling helps build communication skills between the children. And the third point is teaching content. Delivering lectures of any subject can be made effective when opting storytelling. So, storytelling is a kind of tool that you can use with any subject, and it is much effective because it helps you remember the lecture better, and it is also a fun and more innovative way of conveying your lecture. And in the last, I've added a quote: stories create community, enables us to see from the eyes of other people, and open us to claims of others. This quote is by Peter Forbes. And now my presentation is concluded. Thank you.